Hello, everyone. Hi there.
Should I introduce you real quick, or?
Yeah, what an honor. Please.
Welcome, Elio, who's also active in the Open Source Design Collective, and yeah, he also has a open source design agency called Ora, and he's going to present the newest project of them called Identihub. So, welcome, Elio.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Elio. I'm from Albania. I'm a designer at Uni. Uni is a network measurement censorship tool at the Tor project, so you can use it to see if there's any website blocked in your region or country. I'm also a member at the Open Labs Hackerspace in Tirana. And I met Jan and a few other open source designers like 2-3 years ago, and wow, there exists something like open source design. I thought like this wouldn't be possible. So this is when I joined, and like just 1 year later, I started Ura, which is our own agency with open source design values. So the story was that 2 years ago, we were organizing a conference in Albania, and our designers and media sponsors were asking us, hey, can you send us the logo? Can you send us via email? And it was very tiresome for me personally, because I was doing that myself. And I was like exporting SVGs, EPS into JPEGs, PNGs, into all different formats. And it became very tiresome for me. And I met a guy who was like having this service. It was called Brandysty. And it was proprietary, but I really liked it because like you could like host your own logos and in EPS or PDF and convert it into any size you like, and you basically just give the link to any of your sponsors or whatever designers, and they can download it and do whatever they want with them. It was pretty expensive. It was like $240 a year or something, $300. Like that. And yeah, they sponsored us, and I was like thinking, yeah, this is very useful. But it was proprietary software, and like one day I got a newsletter half a year ago, and they said like, hey, Brandysty was being acquired by Brand.ai, so we are changing our roadmap and blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, kind of expected. It's proprietary software, right? And because of this change, I was like thinking we need to have something like that, which is actually open source, and well, it doesn't depend on any acquisition or company changing its fate of the software. And funnily enough, just a few months after we decided to build a new open source software to do that, and even more than that, InVision is buying Brandysty and is killing it off. And next month, in March, Brandysty will be dead, and it will not exist anymore. So anyone who uploaded stuff on there, they will not be able to use it. So it was like the best decision we did to actually do an alternative to that. So yeah, enter Identihub, which is it's basically solving a similar problem. So what you can do with Identihub is that you have a project. For example, in our case, it's Firefox, where we also do have an open design community in Mozilla. And you can basically host all your icons here as SVG files. So you don't have to deal with any different formats. You just upload your SVG files. And Identihub is taking care if you want to do conversions, if you want to embed them, it's working as a CDN. So what you can do here is, for example, I go to the Firefox logo, and yeah, I want the SVG source file, or I just want to link to the SVG source file. So what you can do here is actually get the embed link and put that anywhere you want, and later on, you can update the exact SVG file here, and it gets updated everywhere. So you can basically do a rebranding of your project in the future without uploading new logos, new visual assets everywhere. Of course, it's automated, so you probably need to check manually a bit, but it saves you a bit of time as well. And right now, you can also specify if you want the SVG in any PNG resolution. For example, right now we have a 500 pixel PNG resolution. So let's say, for example, 300. You can add that as a size and download it right away. So it just downloaded the same logo for me in a 300 pixel PNG. So this has the advantage that if you go to all these media kits on different websites or projects, they give you a huge zip folder with SVG, PNG folders in different formats, different color sets. So this would save it because this would save time for a lot of people because there was a single source of truth, and it's SVG. And yeah, if you want different flavors, you basically go here instead of just packing it into a source file, into a zip package. The advantage of SVG is because it's basically HTML and web compatible code. So it's also code, which is friendly for developers, but it's also vector, which is, well, what designers use. Going further, on Identihub, because we had a nice talk about fonts, we decided also that we should be able to also support fonts. So right now we only have support with Google fonts. This is going to be expanded with custom fonts later on. But what you can do right now is that you can add a font by simply searching it from Google Fonts. So if your font is Source Sans, for example, you can select it here and select all the weights you want to use, well, your brand represents. And they're being added here automatically. So this is just a preview. So if you want to download the font, it fetches it from Google Fonts, and you can just download it right away here as a source file, TTF or OTF. Same goes also for the colors. Right now we have a color palette of the new Firefox UX, and whatever color you need, you get the hex code here. Soon we're gonna have also the CMYK specification if you want to use it for print. And yeah, I bet it's pretty self-explainable. You can also customize it in a way of a style guide. So right now we have different sections here. A section for every Firefox brand. What you can do is that you can just rearrange them in if you want to have different emphasizing or different subsections at all. You can also use a description to explain how you should be using this logo. Theoretically, you can also add a what not to do section if you care about that as well. In the last section, we also have general images, which is photos. So you can just put any PNG or JPEG as a source file, so to speak. So if you have a team photo and you want to represent your team with that photo, you can put it up here. And in the same way as with SVG, it gets converted automatically to whatever you need. Of course, it's not vector, so you cannot upscale it, but yeah. Identihub is free software. So if you, sorry, I'm typing here in real time. So if you want to contribute to it, it's licensed under AGPL, so it's even more hardcore than GPL. Thank you. So it's written in React.js in the front end and Laravel PHP in the back end, but most of the code is, well, in front end. And the idea behind this is not like a fancy, hey, you can host your brand over here, but it's mostly like to serve as a base for collaboration between designers and developers. How you might say this would be possible is because like SVG is the keyword here, as it's something used by both designers and both developers. We are planning to do integration with GitHub So you can basically have your GitHub repo and your Identihub project page sync together. So whatever you update on Identihub will serve as a front end to be updated into your GitHub repo. And ideally also the other way around. So designers who are like allergic to Git can use Identihub, while people and developers who like mostly CLI kind of stuff, they can use it right from the Git repo. And with the update function of SVGs, you can actually version control SVGs. So you can basically visualize how asset is changing visually for designers. And because SVG is code, actually developers can also see all the differences and change sets in the GitHub repo. So this is, well, the vision. It's not reality. Please don't get too excited about that. But the vision is for developers and designers to collaborate furthermore together, because we have experienced it as a big problem of a gap on how we collaborate. And we hope that this will serve as a basis for the collaboration and empathy and getting on the same platform. Because right now, teaching designers how to use Git and GitHub is a nice way of working together, but Git is not really the best visual way of working. So we hope to create a bridge. It's funny because Ura means bridge in Albanian. The bridge between Git and the visual aspect of design work, so people can work on that. Of course, there will be also user management. So you're going to have a project. You can give different access to different people. So you don't need to manage it yourself. And also, we'll have web dev integration, I hope, towards the end of the year. If you are not helping. If you are helping, it might be sooner, but that depends. And so Jan is working at Nextcloud, so we hope that with Nextcloud we can have web dev integration. And so you can use your Nextcloud folder to have your assets, and it gets synced in real time. Yeah, that's basically it. We have different issues on the GitHub repo. We have also a roadmap posted. We hope to release the stable version in May. And right now we have a demo online, which you can already use. Just go to the website. You can try it out. If you are losing your assets, disclaimer, it's not our fault. It's very alpha yet. So please don't put anything critical on there. And yeah, get involved in the repo, and we hope to see more action going on here and to get this going on until the end of the year. Thank you. Questions? Yeah.
Do you have any business plan?
Okay. Yeah, we do actually. Yes. So it was a question if we have a business plan. We are doing open source design, so we are pretty transparent about it. So this software can be self-hosted, so you can host it on your own server. We will be offering, well, you can do it already now. It's a bit difficult. We want to do it. We want to make it easier for people to self-host it. But if you don't care about that and you just wanted to make it work, we will be offering a service where you can just subscribe, and we will, well, you host it on our servers. There will be a free plan for basic things and premium plans for more advanced features, custom domains, and stuff like that. But if you don't want to pay, or you are too careful, you want to care about your own stuff on your own server, you can just self-host it. Yep.
Yeah. For your service, where in the world are your servers hosted?
That's, yes, that's not specified yet for the servers we will be using, but for the demo servers, it's in Frankfurt right now. We didn't want to do it in the US. Anyone? Yeah.
I clearly understand the benefits of using SVG as a kind of base format to get the other ones, but what if your organization still wants CMYK images? Do we simply add them as additional images, or do we still deal with it in some other way?
That's a good question. Actually, we didn't address that yet. Sorry. If there's, how will we be adding CMYK support into Identihub in the future if it's SVG was a question? That's a good question, actually, and we didn't address it yet. But I guess in the future, once the priority is there, you can just add it manually. So you basically have in the uploader, you upload the SVG, and you upload also the CMYK. It's kind of problematic if you will do version control, and so you probably need to update it every time. I'm not a developer, so it's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around that. But it's definitely not a priority for this year, for now. Yep. Yeah, I was actually asking our developer about that, and he said like it's too much of an overkill. I don't know about that. I'm a UX designer, but we wanted to offer all ways of installing Identihub on your own server. In the beginning, people were saying us, hey, you should make it very difficult for people to install it so they can come to you and pay you. But we didn't want to do that, so it should be your choice if you want to install it on your own server. Docker image will be coming soon, sooner or later. If you want to help, probably sooner. Any other question? Yeah.
Can you choose what database you use with the system, or does it require a specific SQL server that's used in other database server at all?
It's utilizing MySQL right now, and I'm not sure. I don't think so, but yeah, we should do that. I mean, if we have the manpower. Yeah. I know the history of MySQL and MariaDB, so probably MariaDB might be a better choice. We'll be thinking about that. Thanks. Yeah.
I asked also the business plan question because maybe, I mean, I know if the assets you upload are always public, but you know, the GitLab, for example, business plan is to have some private if you want to pay.
Sorry. Yeah. The question was if some pages were, if all pages were public, right? In the next versions, I think by May we'll have also a feature where you can make pages private with password protection, or not, or just give access to different users. So if you are using it internally in your organization just to share stuff within your team members, you can do that as well in the future. Not right now, but we are planning on that. It's one of the medium priorities right now. Yep.
Is the user interface already available in different languages, or could we contribute to make it happen?
It's not, as far as I know. Of course, you can contribute. It's kind. The question was if the user interface is available in different languages, or if like people can contribute to do that. It's kind of hard for us because we are designers who are trying to develop this, and we are trying to translate this vision to developers who are helping us doing that. And sometimes it's hard to know what's possible and what not. But every help is welcome, seriously. We are very responsive on the issues. If you want to do something, even if it's not in our roadmap priority list, blah, 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 you should definitely do that. Yep.
Do you eventually plan to support 3D models?
What support was that?
3D models.
3D models. The question was if we plan to support 3D models. It was in the beginning, it was a great vision we had, like to have a marketplace for VR 3D models, which you can like put into your web VR A-frame thing, kind of. But I think it's a bit too far-fetched right now. And yeah, we probably want to do it if it's getting up to speed, but probably not in this year. Unless someone is doing really much of work, and yeah, but we don't have the manpower right now.
Just welcome.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I guess the time's up. I'll be at the open source design booth also with the other designers. Ask me for stickers, and I can show you the demo live if you really want to use it yourself. So yeah, thank you very much.